Hey everyone, thanks for tuning in. Steven here with Team Euphoric, and this is day 20 of the 80 Days to Your Dream Body course. Today's protein source is going to be pork belly, and today is an active recovery day. So, right now, I'm going to be taking you through some stretches for the arm line to help open up the shoulders and improve your shoulder mobility. Now, let's get started. Next, we are going to be focusing on the arm line. For the arm line, what we are going to do is get into a seated position and we are going to cross our legs. I've always had a little bit of a trouble crossing my legs ever since I was a kid. In kindergarten, whenever we sat down on the floor, I was never able to really cross my legs. But this is a tremendous improvement from where I was back when I was a little kid. So my hips are actually more mobile now than when I was 6. And for this one right over here, from this seated position, what we want to do is with the leg that is over the opposite leg, that same arm, we're going to place it up over our head, and then we're going to place the other arm underneath, and you want to try and get your hands to touch. If you can't touch, perfectly fine. Just have the intention of trying to get them to touch. 60 seconds starting now. This is great for the shoulders. This is also kind of a combination movement. If you remember a couple of weeks ago when I was teaching you guys how to perform certain assessments, one of them was the shoulder mobility exercise or assessment. And this is basically the shoulder mobility, but we've added a cross legs. So if you failed the shoulder mobility, this is going to be a little bit tricky, but just try and do it the best you can. And if you did fail the shoulder mobility test, this would also be a great stretch to incorporate regularly. Pretty much all of these stretches, depending on how you perform during the assessment, the assessment will allow you to know which one of these you should do more often in your practice. And now we're going to come out of it, and we're going to switch sides. So I had my left leg over top, so now I'm going to switch to my right leg over top, and I'm going to place my right hand behind the back and the left behind my lumbar spine. 60 seconds starting now. And with this side, I'm actually able to touch my fingers together. I'm slowly getting there on the opposite side. Yeah, with this one, I'm almost to the point where I can lock my fingers and actually close my fists. On the opposite side, I think I'm still maybe a couple inches away. But this is also a tremendous improvement from when I was younger. So yeah, it's never too late to improve. I'm 38, and I'm more mobile now than I was when I was 28. Back when I was 28, I was also doing a lot of terrible things. I was doing a lot more powerlifting with traditional powerlifting form, which was not great on the shoulders. And then it was about 2015 that I switched from the powerlifting squat to the knees over toes squat. And ever since 2015, my squat is not as impressive with regard to the numbers, but my ankle, knee, and hip mobility has tremendously improved since then. Anyway, that was for the arm line, seated cross-legged shoulder mobility. I don't know what the name is. I just made that up right now. But what we're going to be doing right now is another yoga pose. For the yoga pose, we're going to be doing a Garudasana, I believe it's called. Another name for it is the eagle pose. I don't know if you guys have seen this one, but what you want to do is with one leg, you're going to flex the hip and knee. With the opposite leg, you're going to drape it over, and you want to lock your ankle underneath your calf. So the dorsal surface of your foot, you want to try and wrap it under your calf, and then whatever foot is over, that arm is going to be under. So if I'm draping my right foot over, my right arm is going to be under my left, and I want to do the same thing. So I'm doing this. So real quick again, we're in a single leg stance. You're going to flex the hip, adduct, go into lateral rotation, and then from there, try and get your foot across if you can. If you can't, you can just hold this position right over here. Just do your best to try and get as close to the position as possible. 60 seconds starting now. So right is over. That means right is under on the arms. And we want the arms parallel to the ground. So we want the shoulders flexed to 90 degrees. This exercise is going to be great for helping to improve your proprioception in the ankle, because you really need to work on your ankle stability in order to maintain this single leg position. It's also going to require a lot of knee proprioception as well, because the knee is bent. If we were to lock out the knee completely, then it would be all ankle proprioception. Yeah, terrific proprioception exercise. If you have issues with balance, coordination, this is going to be a great one. All right. We've just got one left on the other side. So now the same thing. Because my right leg was over, now I'm going to do bent leg on the right. With my left leg, I'm going to drape it up over top, and I'm going to try and hook my ankle underneath. And then because my left leg is on top, my left arm is going to be on the bottom. We've got 60 seconds starting now. Actually, let me restart that. 60 seconds starting now. Okay, there we go. Now I got my balance. How about you guys? How's your balance? Comment down below after you're done. Let me know, which one did you have the most trouble with? Which one gave you the most relief? If you thought this one was fairly easy, next week will be a little bit more challenging. Again, we're starting out slow. All of the ones that we're doing today are very, very easy. With the superficial back line, superficial front line, anybody should be able to do those ones. Doesn't matter what fitness level you're at. The next time we get to the superficial back and front lines, they are going to be a lot more challenging. So this, you could consider this the level one myofascial meridians stretch. And you could thank Tom Myers. All right. And that concludes the stretching portion of the active recovery day. Again, if you guys have any questions with regard to anything that we did today, let me know down in the comment section. Let me know which stretch was your favorite. Let me know what you thought of today's lecture and the habit. Again, mobilization, incredibly important. When we mobilize the joints, we end up building up the production of synovial fluid in the joints. That synovial fluid is going to help to lubricate the joint, reduce friction, and also it's going to feed your joints with all of the nutrients they need, like oxygen, glucose, and amino acids. So if you really, really, really want to maintain healthy joints, that way you can live a long life and be able to move freely and do all of the activities that you enjoy, be sure to do a regular daily mobilization practice. And it doesn't need to be that long, 10 to 15 minutes. The mobilization routine that we did today, it was maybe 20 minutes. I don't know how long it was, but it wasn't that long. You could just do that every single day, and you will thank me for it in 10 years' time when you're feeling way better than you do today. But that concludes day 20 of the 80 Days to Your Dream Body course. I will see you guys again tomorrow. That was just a tiny taste of what can be found in my members only section. If you enjoyed it, become a member for only $5 a month to get access to hundreds of member only videos.